Fletch comes in and costs me a match and I lose to DJ. Hey, I'm here to be the world champion for a very, very, very long time.
Welcome, XCW Galaxy to XCW Emergence. The last show before SummerMania 14.
Yes!
Okay, now we're past Extreme King, and now I'm on to figure out who I may face at SummerMania. We got the SummerMania Cup happening, and we got the Fletches, we got Genocides in there, we got other people battling out to face me at SummerMania. We'll come to find out, the two finalists is Fletch and Genocide, and it ain't just gonna be any ref. It's gonna be a special guest. And that special guest was me. I kind of bend the rules a little bit. I kind of did some slow counts here and there. Maybe did some falsely rope breaks. But, I did what I want to do. I was out there to have a little fun. Fletch gets the upper hand, Fletch wins. And it is Fletch versus Venom at SummerMania. And me and him staying toe to toe in the center of that ring. My world title high. Because I know I'm going into SummerMania and I'm going to win. Now we're at SummerMania. It's me and Fletch in a Clockwork House of Fun match. Now, if you don't know what a Clockwork House of Fun match is, it's where weapons are tied up around the ring, around the stage, anywhere basically around the ring. The weapons are tied up. We got to come down and we use them. And it wasn't my first Clockwork House of Fun match. I'd won a few years prior with Corey Lee. That one didn't go my way, but I knew going into this one, I was going to win this one. Fletch, we beat the hell out of each other. There was Legos. We used the casket that I used for my entrance, lit it on fire, and I went through it. There was keyboards getting exploded over people's heads. I took a barbed wire bat to the genitalia. That didn't feel very good.
Circles around, 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 around. When nothing's right, just close your eyes and you're gone. Dreams, dreams. She's making me high.
Prior to that, I knew Fletch was getting jumped by this mystery man that nobody knew who he was. He kind of pulled me up, put me in that ring, and ref counted to 3. He pulls off his helmet. It was Tommy the Man Merriman. I just want to say thank you for having my back at SummerMania.
Listen, champ, hey, don't take this personal. I didn't do that shit for you. I have my own needs, my own wants, and my own reasons for doing what I did.
So now we're at Vindication. I walk into the locker room area, the office area, whatever you want to call it at that time. And I bump into Tommy, and me and Tommy, we hadn't had any history other than what was going on at that time. Well, we find out that we're put in a tag match. It's me and Tommy versus Hazard and Fletch.
Your ghost won't die, and every breath that I take
point, I'm not worried about that match. I got a love note from a secret admirer.
Dear Venom, writing this makes me super nervous. Because I noticed you for a long time and never said anything. Okay? I've liked you for such a long time and never told you.
Now, behind the whole writing the love note thing, the original person to do it was Chris Jones. Came up with the idea to do it. You know, I couldn't read his chicken shit writing. So Emily Moore, which is Fletch's wife, had to write it for me that was legible enough that I could read it.
Then I finally had a revelation and decided now was the time. You are amazing and strong as a champion. Oh gosh, well, can't believe I wrote you this. Till next time, your secret admirer.
Never had anything like this before. I mean, I'm Venom. Who likes Venom? Nobody liked me at this time. I was on my reign of terror. That was a great concept. Never really been done before. Something new, something fresh, and I really liked the idea. Nobody knew who could have been, so I was just ready to read these notes and get on with the story.
Hey, champ. Hope you're doing great. I see Fletch and Hazard are still giving you issues, but they won't get the revenge they seek. Hey, you really have to beat the heat and show them what kind of man you are. I can't wait to see you. Until then, I'd like to leave you a token of my until next time, your secret admirer. What next can I get?
I get another love note. And this time there's a gift. There's a bear right next to me. And they're still going on about wanting to meet me and wanting to have a good time, but like at this time I still have matches going on. I'm still on this reign of destruction. I mean, I have a fatal 4-way that night too with Hazard and Tommy and Fletch. Even though I have these notes, I still got to think about my world title reign and push through what's going on.
Dear Venom, how is my favorite person? I'm sure you're great in celebrating a huge 4-way win at Night of Stipulations. They didn't stand a chance against you. Just think about how far you have come from teaming with James Gerke and the Fallen. You've truly started from the bottom, now you're here. At the top of your game with no one to hold you back. Though, I currently live in Philadelphia, but hoping to see you soon. I definitely can't wait to see you. How about in 2 weeks at Devastation, we get together for dinner? For now, I'll leave you with another gift so you can see how sweet I can be. Venom, I'll be watching you. Your secret admirer. XOXOXO.
So now we're past that love note from the following show. Now we're to the ignition, and I get another love note. I'm getting all these damn love notes. Like, dude likes me. I don't even like myself half the time. A note and some chocolates, and it just wasn't any chocolate. It was the Three Musketeers. And like, I didn't put together what it meant by. I didn't really symbolize what the Three Musketeers actually stood for at that time until Fletch told me that it was for Chris Jones, it was for Genocide, and it was for Fletch. Things started really going. Things started really happening. Like, this is where the story really starts to build up.
For me, that's the way I'm called. Deeper and deeper in love with you, I'm falling.
For one fall, it is a mousetrap table match. It is for the XCW title first.
Dear Venom, hey babe, the day is finally here today. We finally get to see each other face to face. I'm so nervous. I haven't been this since I was in my 24s. This day has been a long time coming, and I've been crazy about waiting for you. I hope you're as excited as I am. All I need is some TLC. Believe me when I say I'm the best at TLC. Some might say here comes the boom. Tonight is a night you will never forget. So before I reveal myself, I have one last gift for you that will drive the night wild.
It was a present. So I read the note, I open up the present, I lift it up. Really hit me at that point. It just didn't hit me. It was literally Chris Jones super kicking me. Now for the people that don't know, that jersey that he had put in there meant something to him. It was the jersey that he wore for over half of his career. And at this point, I'm down. I nothing I can do The table explodes all over the floor. Well, a little fun fact about that table. Within 30 seconds of the table breaking, Fletch's grandma goes, "Oh no, my table!" And I'm like, I don't care about your table, I just got super kicked in the face.
Been waiting to do that for a long time, Venom. You know what Chris Jones hates, Venom? Chris Jones hates liars. Would you like me to elaborate? Because I will. Going into cold day, Chris Jones, Fletch trying to convince me to fight you. He had 2 strikes. But what Fletch doesn't know is I was coming. My bags were packed. I was ready to go. A knock on my door. Thought it was Fletch. It wasn't Fletch, was it? You brutally assaulted me in my place of residence. Why, Venom? Because you're a coward. Venom's not a monster. I need to tell you something, Venom. You taking me out for a year drove me to madness. So I had an idea. I was going to catch you off guard. And what better way than to write you a love note? I proved tonight that I still got it. So my offer for you is, I want to beat you inside the ring. I want to beat your ass outside the ring. But there's only one way I can think of after being driven to madness for almost a year. I'm going to give you the chance to take Chris Jones out for good. You put your XCW championship on the line, Venom. I'll put my career on the line, but that's not all I'm going to do. I want to put an end to your reign so bad, I'm going to put the Fletch's career on the line as well. You want me to sweeten it up more? I'll put your cousin Genocide's career on the line. And Chris Jones' first ever wrestling trainer. I will give you Hazard's career. So if you can beat me, you get to take out Chris Jones, Fletch, Genocide, and Hazard at Halloween Havoc. There's only one way we can do this. The first ever Full Metal Madness. You know what I'm sizzing?
So I'm laying there with glass all over the floor, and he is just beating me, and he grabs the camera and he's telling the people how it is. Chris Jones is telling the people that he's back and he's coming after me.
Gentlemen, this is your Halloween Havoc main event. It is a Full Metal Madness match for your XCW Championship.
So here we are, a year from when we started the Chris Jones and Venom story. We're here at Halloween Havoc. We are in the first ever Full Metal Madness. And I knew Chris Jones had past history with death matches and ladder TLC matches. He did everything there was in the books up to that point. That was the first time for me and him. Weeks prior to that match, me and Chris Jones had talked for days, for weeks, and I don't know if I still have it, but maybe somewhere Chris Jones still have it. I was trying to prepare myself for a match I probably will never have in my life again. With Chris Jones kind of level, he's, if not the top, he is the top. He's the best that XCW's ever had. And I was worried about not performing at my 100% standard to be able to keep up with Chris Jones. Like I wanted to show people that I could do it. And I told Chris multiple times. I said, man, I'm worried, but like I want to do this the right way. I want this match to come out good. I wanted to come out great. I wanted it to be a show you would talk about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years from that point. And you know, and it does, it gets brought up a lot of the time of that first Full Metal Madness match. And I didn't want to get all cut up from it. And this is a true thing. Chris talked me out of it. He said, man, he goes, you'll be okay. I finally give in. I said, okay, we'll do this. So now we have our barbed wire spots filled in. So now let's get to the actual match. You got Chris Jones, which is an icon of XCW. And you got Venom, which is the monster of XCW, with literally the longest reign of terror of XCW in years, if not ever. I mean, I was the longest reigning world champion for 196 days. If I remember right, I broke Cynical's record, and his was like 134 days. I beat his by almost 2 months worth. And mine was a constant build all the way up till Halloween Havoc with Chris Jones. And you know, it just wasn't the world title on the line. It was the other Three Musketeers, which was Fletch and Genocide and Hazard's career was all on the line too. I mean, he was going big or going home. There's one thing I've always worried about taking, and it was barbed wire. Barbed wire, like I was, and I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid of barbed wire. Like I'd done thumbtacks, I'd done Legos, I went through tables and ladders and chairs. That was all nothing. Barbed wire was something different to me. I have a huge scar from where Chris Jones did it coast to coast with a ladder. And the joist that holds it up from going closed and open had broken, bent over. And when he gave me the coast to coast, it punctured my leg. Now that thing didn't heal for like 6 months. And I probably should have went to the hospital about it, but it happens. I mean, we had our spots, we had our tables, or we had our ladder spots. I mean, I pounced Chris Jones on a suitcase that was wrapped in barbed wire. crazy stuff, and I was down for it all. I mean, the one thing that he told me he was worried about was there's a bad habit of people not catching them on dives, and he told me, he goes, I don't care about what else happens. He goes, you just catch him on this dive. Oh, when I caught him, I caught a whole ass to the face is what I caught, but I didn't drop him. That's the one thing he was worried about, and I went fine. We had a slobber knocker of a match. It was back and forth, back and forth. And you know, finally at the end, Chris Jones beat me. He done it. He did the unthinkable. He finally ended a reign of a monster that probably won't be seen. Nobody will ever see a monster like that in XCW again like me. Like, I had a year's worth of terror on everybody. If it wasn't Fletch, it was Genocide. If it wasn't Genocide, it was Hazard. If it wasn't Hazard, it was James Cerebral or Corey Lee, Patrick O'Reilly or Jesse Justice. Just to name a few. That I went on a whole year terror of destroying anybody and everybody that was in that ring with me. It was a story closure of a year-long terror for Venom as the XCW champion. And a little fun fact, I don't know if it was true or not, but it wasn't technically originally planned for Chris Jones to win. The careers were put on the line, but it kind of got changed last minute. But that's for another day's story. It happened, it's done and over with. So that's it. I'm Venom in my reign of 196 days as world champion. And you know what? That was my sometime later. Get along. I'm gonna go eat me some food. You guys have a good time.